Fear for us, O ally, harm and evil come now near us. Better were it to go fasting than to bear this dreadful burden. We stand to lose in less than 1 minute. A monstrous story. We are but 1 minute from losing this war. Do not fear for me, O ally. Harm and evil shall come no more near us. By the shining water and the drifting grasslands, we shall win in less than 1 minute. From my brain the thought of vengeance, but from my heart the simple need for more siege. It would be a great achievement if you could bring more siege weapons to this battle. In these days of evil spirits, the fields of battle need more horsemen from you. We fight onward in solemn manner and need from you more horsed warriors. When I speak to the foe, he trembles. The need in battle is for more foot warriors. Our war clubs are swinging, our foes are cracking, but to win the war, we need more foot warriors from you. You are like a man from a dream awakened, only to face a terrible blow. Withdraw, my ally, withdraw. The shattered sky above us breaks. Do not join us in this doomed fight, my ally. A battle rages. The sky we tread beneath bends and throws itself in fury. We join and raise our fists against the heavens. A great battle rages here. The clouds are swept from heaven. By our hand, the enemy has passed from the fields, as we expected. The 10s and 8s of our enemy have fallen in that battle, as I knew they would. We threw them on the ground before us, our foes in rows vanquished. A moody melancholy takes me, with this victory that once seemed unlikely. Curious eyes stare about us. How did we win that battle which should have been a loss? In many games of skill and hazard, one would have to reach far to find a battle like this one. How did we win it? Mighty move our forces, our foe's heart shall be swept with ice. I enter this fray full of eagerness. This battle will be excellent, full of victory for us and defeat for them. We shall circle our foes with confidence. They shall lose this fight. Timely and potent your arrival. The tide of battle flows now in our favor. It is good you are back from your wanderings. You are needed to turn the flow of this battle. Enters through the door a burning firebrand. Another foe has joined the fray. The enemy has seized the war club in this fray. We may fare poorly. Aye, we shall. This is where we agree, yes. On my nation, on my honor, yes. I, though panting under heavy burdens. I, the forges shall fire, the siege made. I shall build the siege weapons you need, ally. I, our horse riders shall trod, and the grasses bend. You shout for horse riders, and horse riders I shall give you. Beneath shaggy eyebrows I gaze. Your horse riders are on their way. Aye. Although to the land of ghosts and shadows they may walk, foot warriors we shall train. The foot warriors shall journey to your side. Yes, and loosely shall our foes be scattered when my foot warriors arrive to help you. Our supplies and resources are little more than smoke wreaths. I cannot comply. My reserves are too low to meet your need, ally. I have not the food, wood, nor coin to help you. To your request, we cannot accede. The fallen leaves of last year. No, that shall not be possible. Nay, we cannot. Have your eyes been blinded by the dark and bright? I have no warriors to help you. You must find strength within. I lack an army to help you. Alas, I cannot. Better were it to go fasting than to bear such a heavy burden. Although the eyes of wolves glare at me, I cannot do that. My response must be lacking. My young soldiers are insufficient in number to meet your request. My forces are too depleted. No, I have too few warriors to help you now. Enemies have journeyed to one of our trading posts. It is laid to waste. We cannot win that way after all. The Aztecs have traveled a long and weary journey, but it looks now finally to be at a dark end. The Aztecs have almost been destroyed. Not so long and wide the world is, my wrath has reached the British Empire. The British are almost gone as ducks in the winter. If the powerful Dutch go on thus, we shall tear them to pieces. With fiery eyes and screaming, the Dutch fall before our war hatchets. For days the French have journeyed the pathways of the dead, and now they have reached their end. The French fought as well as they could, but are nearly lost. The Germans are almost gone to the land of ghosts and shadows, their leadership in tatters, The Germans crumble before us. We see before us the false Iroquois, their warpath broken before them. They are all but defeated. Our false Iroquois foes are forced to the edge. They cannot fight much longer. The Ottoman foe passes now, heavy laden under our blows. The ravens tell me that nothing the Ottomans can do will save them now. The Portuguese tread the solitary path to defeat and ruin by our hand. Our Portuguese foe is falling. Soon his form will mingle with the crushed grass. Slowly vanished the Russian foes to the land of the hereafter. The Russians appear to have lost the war here. The earth shall be covered with silence. Our foes are almost done with. The Sioux must return to their gloomy plains. We have nearly defeated them. To our Spanish foe lies now only a pathway to the lonely end. I see that the Spanish are doomed. How much power they bring to bear. The Aztec Empire is thunder upon the soil. My eyes watch with awe. The Aztecs are a mighty foe. If outrageous Britain goes on thus, tearing everything to pieces, what becomes of us? It is a wonder that any nation has stood against our powerful British foe. Never stoops the soaring Dutch bird, mighty of wing and sword. The Dutch have a strength on the battlefield like a mountain bear. Disasters come not singly. The first descends from the French, but others will follow. A hawk with talons sharp and strong, the French descend with force most awesome. The powerful Germans have pressed us as if stooping over a ground bird's nest. We dare not taunt or provoke our German foe until we have grown as strong ourselves. Ever wakeful, ever watchful, the Iroquois warriors seem mightier than the trees. The Iroquois Empire is mighty on the lands, moving like a strong river through the woods. There are corpses clad in garments, ghosts that come to haunt us. The Ottoman are a mighty foe. The Ottoman foe has great power in these lands. We dare not fight them too soon. We are thrown down before them. The Portuguese may tramp over our downed weapons with ease. The Portuguese are fierce seahawks. They are not to be trifled with. The Russians laugh like water. Their power in war rolls over the earth. Our foe from Russia has mighty hordes, perhaps more than we can answer. Never once have the Sioux, by a movement of their troops or sign of might, appeared anything but strong. The Sioux might slay us if we are not fully prepared for their strength. We strove to seize the finest land, but the Spanish press back and may win the day. The Spanish have great strength. Let us not be blinded to this truth. I endure in silence as you journey up the ages ahead of me. You have climbed the great tree of time, advancing well before I could. Our enemy claims the rights of guest and stranger in these lands, taking a native settlement. Our enemy has gone like fog off the water and claimed a native ally. You are late in your arrival to the colonial age, my ally. Are you waiting for the ducks to return for the summer? Advance to colonial soon. Do not weep in the silent midnight. Instead, make haste and advance to the next age. Stop drifting on the stream of time and advance to the next age. You have pushed aside the deerskin curtain, walking into the colonial age before anyone else. You have landed first on the shore of the colonial age. Has, perchance, my ally grown old, waiting to advance to the colonial age? It is good you have joined us in the colonial age, O slow one. Henceforward and forever, I shall speak to the winds my thanks to you. I cry aloud and speak like sunlight. You have rescued my war chief. I have moved heavily upon their trading post in time. The enemy were a threat, but I have torn their plans to bits. The trading post in the native village has been struck down, forthwith and forever. My warriors have struck. An enemy native village has fallen like a dead tree. See the masses of the enemy, lying still in their valley. Dust and broken arrows alone remain in the enemy town I have just visited. An enemy trading post has been destroyed, souls sent upon their journey. Hear me, ally. I have crushed a trading post of our hated foes. The trading post at the native village still stands, although our outrage moved upon it. The enemy was too strong. I could not invade that native village. We did fail in the lesser trial. The enemy town still stands. We ran to ambush the enemy town, but we were forced back. I report to you news unpopular. The enemy trading post stands yet. My warriors moved with heat and silence, but were unable to strike down that enemy trading post. Night approaches, let a grave be kindled. My war chief is dead. I cannot capture treasures from the wilderness without my war chief. A guardian in the wilderness has killed my war chief. My war chief has fallen early, defeated by a creature of the wilderness. I faint in the harder struggle, feel a looming darkness over our hope. The cold breath of fate flies to us. I cannot see how we can win. My warriors need help in this place. I need help in the distance. Here, I see my nation scattered, forgetful of my counsels. I plead my allies' help. Enemies swarm like bees in my town, too many to fight without help. I am as a guest in your wigwam, my ally. Greetings. We shall rise in power together like the new moon. Together we shall send our foes to haunt the fenlands. Oh, the blasting of the fever, the wasting of the famine. The challenge you have set is terrible but fair. The challenge will be greater now. The hungry stars in heaven watch over our contest, set lower in difficulty than our last battle. You have changed the difficulty. You desired to float easier in the waters of war. We are allies now, but in our last contest you were as the great bear of the mountains and defeated me. When we last met, you sent me to defeat, dark and lonely. Your score in our last meeting was exceptional, but we are allies now and shall triumph as one force upon the land. In the last war we were allied. You fielded a mighty army. It was luminous. We were enemies, and the unseen spirits called out my victory. We were enemies, but now we fight as one. Allied forces we were in our last battle, but my score was the mightier by far. This realm looks familiar. These north winds sweep over the same battlelands we fought in last. We were allied forces in our last battle, but it was as though we laid asleep in Cumbras and lost the day. Last time we fought as a team, but the trail was long and unsatisfying. Honor be to my ally. We came in triumph in our last contest and shall walk again the same now. It was good to battle by your side before. Let's walk the same path to glory again. I have paid the price 'twas due, so my war chief may again swing aloft his club. I will not let fear overcome me. I have paid the price to return our war chief to us. Our war chief has been returned to us. He was once lost, our war chief, but my warriors have just rescued him. I have rescued our great war chief. Shout loud your war cry. I have seen the enemy's town center and no army is there. Alert your forces. I have seen the enemy's town and it lies undefended. Our enemy's town center has no barracks near it. There is no barracks in the shadow of our enemy's town center. The enemy town center is under my gaze. I see no stable standing near it. The enemy is without a stable in his main town. Coin runs into your coffers, a tribute from my own. Spend this coin wisely, my ally. Your town has been given a gift of coin. Food I grant you, feed your forces. Food from our maize fields, green and shining. Wood has been sent, wood for your houses of war. Here is wood from our homeland forests. We move to smite the enemy, break his skull as ice is broken. The enemy has drawn me to him. I prepare to attack his base. We send raiders sneaking through the forest. Their gatherers shall be dragged down by our claws. The enemy gathers, and now I raid him. We will move now as the great bear of the mountain, the terror of the nations, to attack the enemy's main town. The enemy's main town is ripe for assault, like sugar from the maple. The enemy's allied native village shall tremble as a reed, for we stomp to it with heavy step. This native village belongs to the enemy. It stands between us and victory. We are strongest. We shall attack a trading site. I send word to you, ally. I prepare to attack this trade site. Standing fearlessly with you, my warriors will join in your siege of this enemy site. I will join you in this attack. Cease not your attack. As a biting wind, I shall fly to fight by your side. This is where my military base shall be planted and grow as a terrible thistle grows. I shall spread my power over this clearing and build the buildings of war. This is my claim, the area I shall make my base. My town center shall rise and hold to this ground as a root to the earth. This is my next town center location. The trees will witness it. A new town center will arise here. We shall raise our war clubs over a native village and claim it as our own. We lie low in ambush to soon gain the help of these native warriors. Our armies shall be strengthened with these natives, as claws on the cougar. The winds of heaven blow over us, and we have decided to claim a trade site. We come with caw and clamor, and will capture a trade site. The fog lays on the river, but none upon our heart. We shall defend this building. This building is important to me. It will be guarded well. Not even a ghost that goes at sunrise shall halt us in our goal. We shall defend this place. We shall stop them here with all our craft and cunning. We will defend this native settlement to the end. Our foe may croak fiercely his displeasure, but we shall defend this native settlement to the end. The forests and rivers around us shall know what we do this day. This town shall remain defended. Our enemies will not struggle past us. We will hold this town. Hear us, ally. We sing and shout this news. We defend this trade site. This trade site belongs to us now, and no foe shall take it under this sky. As the cormorant and curlew, returning always to their nests, we shall continue to send you coin. The coin will continue coming to you from our coffers. Food will continue to arrive to you, my ally, as the river flowing silent but strong. I will keep sending wood, the grass of giants. Wild and wailing, my warriors shall come to fight alongside you here. We run through the forests to help defend this site. Hold the line, my ally. We will join you in the defense of that site soon. Must I shout down the smoke flue to remind you of my presence? One day we will be done with fighting, but that day is not today. Coin, I request of you. I greatly need you to give me some coin. Food, I request of you. Maize or meat, it matters not. I ask only for any food you can give me. Wood, I request of you. It is odd, but we of the forest need to request wood of you. Our breath comes sharply to our nostrils. We thank you for joining in our forward fight. A mysterious darkness awaited us if you had not entered that battle and saved our heads. We needed your help as the tree needs sunlight and rain. Bless you for the gift of coin. Thank you for the golden gift. Bless you for your gift of food. The food you sent was better than we dared hope. Blessings upon you for helping to draw a circle of protection around our base. We thought the great death serpent was sliding close, but you came and saved us. Your warriors saved our town. Food from your fields, coin from your coffers, timber from your forests. Thank you for these things. You are a valued ally. Thank you for the resources. Your gift of timber is good. Thank you. Wood is what we needed. Timber is power. What will protect us from destruction? The Aztec enemy is so mighty. I fear the serpent of death approaches. Our Aztec foe is very great. What will protect us from destruction? The British enemy is so mighty. The British are like magicians, creating armies from the very soil. We are losing. What will protect us from destruction? The Dutch enemy is so mighty. The Dutch have poisonous exhalations. We grow weaker before them. What will protect us from destruction? The French enemy is so mighty. The French move like a blazing serpent. We are losing the fight. What will protect us from destruction? The German enemy is so mighty. Do the Germans have fiery breath? Our armies are wiped out before them. What will protect us from destruction? The false Iroquois are so mighty. We are losing to the false Iroquois nation. What will protect us from destruction? The Ottoman enemy is so mighty. The Ottomans are defeating us. Their armies are so powerful. What will protect us from destruction? The Portuguese enemy is so mighty. I feel we are losing. The Portuguese have a mighty stature in battle. What will protect us from destruction? The Russian enemy is so mighty. The Russians are too powerful. We appear to be losing this fight. What will protect us from destruction? The Sioux enemy is so mighty. The Sioux enemy steps on us as if we were ants on the ground. I fear we are losing. What will protect us from destruction? The Spanish enemy is so mighty. The Spanish Empire has great strength. I fear we may be crushed before their might. Our death song may have begun, but there is hope. The Aztec foe is wounded and weak. Our death song may have begun, but there is hope. The British foe is wounded and weak. Our death song may have begun, but there is hope. The Dutch foe is wounded and weak. Our death song may have begun, but there is hope. The French foe is wounded and weak. Our death song may have begun, but there is hope. The German foe is wounded and weak. Our death song may have begun, but there is hope. The Iroquois rebels are wounded and weak. Our death song may have begun, but there is hope. The Ottoman foe is wounded and weak. Our death song may have begun, but there is hope. The Portuguese foe is wounded and weak. Our death song may have begun, but there is hope. The Russian foe is wounded and weak. Our death song may have begun, but there is hope. The Sioux foe is wounded and weak. Our death song may have begun, but there is hope. The Spanish foe is wounded and weak. Heed these words, my ally. You are yet strong, but my own blood is now flowing swiftly from me. Far and wide among the nations will my fall be told, and I may yet drag you down with me. The rush of death's wings can be heard over the treetops. I fear it is searching for us both, my ally. The enemy is treading us down like blades of grass. We stand terrible and strong against our foes at this time. Our foes cannot hope to compete with our strength. We have the advantage in this war, and you are the stronger bear between us. The enemy is envious. We are winning, and you have grown strongest of all in this war. Our war clubs are ruling the battlefields, with my own club raised highest of all. We are audacious, overbearing, heartless. We are winning, and my army is strongest of all. I fear we may be fighting a battle in which courage, but not hope, remains. We are being driven back. Our cause may be lost. The claws of the enemy sink into us. Soon we will be nothing but scarecrows ragged in the wind. By the spirits of the water, our foes conspire to murder us all. The skill and wiles of our enemy have taken us, ground us, and destroyed us. We cannot win. There is no hope for us now. We fight on as a blade of grass against an oak tree. Our foe has claimed the buildings he needs to win. We must rise and answer him at once. The enemy has enough buildings to claim victory. We must conspire to prevent this. I have grim news. Our enemy has claimed the first native trading post site. How quickly our foe has moved to claim a native ally. Our enemy plots mischief. They have claimed the first trading route site. Very smooth and quick he has acted. Our foe has claimed the first trading site. We cannot wait motionless in the sleeping shadows as our foe continues to claim buildings. The marauders have grasped the lead in trading sites. There is drowsiness in the air, but we must not sleep. The enemy has taken the lead on trade sites. You plot wisely. You have claimed a native site before any other in the land. Your vision is clear. If we have native allies, no one shall stand before us. You lead the flock, swooping to your claim of the trade site before any other. Our empire is expanding with your claiming of that trading site. You are swift. You have gathered a treasure before anyone else. In the battle for treasures, you have dealt the first blow. Every small thing adds to the greater whole of our eventual victory. You are gulping down treasures as a frog gulps flies. The coin you have discovered in that treasure gleams as an omen of our success. More coin means more strength, my ally. The treasure opens, and food for you has been found within it. I witness that you have discovered a fine treasure of food. I croak fiercely my displeasure. You are gathering treasures too swiftly for me to keep up. Do I have a drowsiness in my bones? I cannot gather treasures as fast as you. Careful, my ally. Treasures near my base are precious to me. That treasure was in the very shadow of my war encampment. That treasure has given you new warriors. Long may they fight. You have found a treasure of warriors, armed and waiting. A treasure has granted you villagers. Put those villagers to work on your lands. Wood from the tall trees brought low for our use. Timber from that treasure will help our cause. We have the advantage in native allies now, thanks to your efforts. You have claimed more native allies than our foes. You have given us the lead in trading route sites. Your actions are as swift as the falcon. You have another trade site. Like the beaver's dams of trunks and branches, you seek to hold back the flood of our foe. Walls will defend you well, but your warriors' hearts are the greatest defense of all. I have claimed the first native site. We have allied with more native peoples of the lands. None have claimed a trade site but I. Like a meadowlark upon a grasshopper, I clutch this lonely treasure. Hear me roar like a wintry tempest as I claim another treasure. I have discovered a treasure with a treasure within it. I am gathering only that which belongs to me. An opening in the forest has revealed a treasure, and within it a savory morsel. I have passed through your base and tidied the land of a discarded treasure. You did not want the treasure near your war encampment, did you? As if vanishing into the forest, you are far behind me in gathering treasures. Perhaps a morning will dawn in which you have gathered as many treasures as I. I have discovered a fine treasure, foot warriors who shall join my army. Another tribal warrior for me. This treasure has yielded a villager. A treasure has given me another villager to help expand my power. Wood has been found, and I am glad. Better than grass is wood. We have another native site. Like the rushing wind, I have taken a trading site. Heed my words of wisdom. We need to continue claiming trading sites. I am building walls to protect us. I am constructing walls. The enemy shall not blow over us. We deserve a headdress of bright plumage, for we have claimed enough trading posts. We must prepare for a response now that we hold the buildings we need to win. A clamor rises in my heart. I see that your rating is much lower than last time we met. Why has your rating dropped so low? Have you been stooping among the lilies instead of fighting? Your rating is much higher. You are a wonder. How did you raise your rating so high? I struggle to regain my balance as I look upon how much more experience you have. I will whisper to the leaves and blossoms the wonder of your great increase in experience. We are nearly dead among the shouting people. We have only a minute left to live. Do you not hear the warning? We are within 1 minute of the end. I hear the voices of triumph coming nearer. In 1 minute we will win. Hear my words of wisdom. We will soon win this war. So long and rough the way of battle, when several tribes have entered the fray at once. This battle shall be toil and trouble. You have struck me down. How did that occur? We were strong, bold, yet you still defeated our army. The war spirit promised us a victory. You made the war spirit a liar. I rent your army into shreds, just as we knew it would be. We have shown you the death dance. My armies fly higher than the moon and cast your warriors beneath the soil. You were like a small canoe, to be dashed against my rocky headlands. Look upon these battlefields, my enemy. Look at the pathway of your ghosts. Full in sight, my ally has arrived. The waves of war splash now in my favor. Running straight across the heavens, my ally enters the fray just in time. The battle is slipping from my grasp like dust and leaves that swirl away. Your ally bought warriors with plumes and war clubs. This battle is going foul. I gaze into a cavern dark and dreary. The news that you have advanced so soon ahead of me. Dash to advance, dash for the moon. Either way, your empire will crumble before mine. I see you have claimed a native site, but I care not. How did you fool those natives into following you? One of my native sites has been struck a blow. With dark thunder, I have lost it. You strike boldly, but that structure was but a trifle to me. My town center has tumbled to rocky ruin. The smoke from the town center you have crushed blots the sun. Your mischief is unwanted. My trade site has fallen by your hand. With the destruction of that trade site, you have caused my anger to burn. I submit that your time of wild adventure is over. Will you ever advance from the Discovery Age? Hurry and advance to the Colonial Age and join the fray. Where are your tricks and gambles now? Or are you too upset to advance in age? Are you so confident that you think you can defeat me from the lowly age you rest in now? You are first to the Colonial Age, but the tempest of my wrath shall overtake you. What good is advancing in age when your army's bones will soon be nourishing the grass? Welcome to the Industrial Age, O chief of flying leaves and swirling dust. If your plan is to watch my empire advance beyond yours, it is working. A great windy waste separates your town center from your allies. You will be lonely in death as well. Your location is far from your allies. It is good for quiet meditation or your peaceful destruction under my war clubs. Your bases are huddled like robin chicks in a nest. We shall light your tree aflame. Your town is so close to your allies. Another mistake to learn from. One of your native sites has been destroyed. You will not win the war that way. Your native site has been destroyed, tossed in gusty tumult. The The natives you had joined with are done with you at last. I cast your people into confusion. You don't need that town center where you are going. Through your teeth, you buzz and mutter as I destroy your trading site. Did you sing a death song for your fallen trading site? I cast to you words of anger and resentment. There shall be no peace between us. All my warriors gather around me, and together we send you a greeting of doom. The challenge level in this contest has been increased. It will not affect the outcome. Last time we met, we had a challenge, yet you wish to increase it even further. The difficulty level in our last battle left you trampled like the grass. Your courage melts, as well it should before my armies. We have battled in these lands before. Regardless of the outcome then, this time my wrath shall overtake you. Although the odds may be more to your liking this time, the results will still leave you battered and bruised. We will pound you as maize is pounded. You beat my war chief almost to death, but I have rescued him. I see the movement of your patrol as if through streaming sunshine. I have glimpsed your army. My heart holds only pity for you. I see the army you have fielded, puffed with pride, but so soon to fall. Your children appear to be wandering lost in the wilderness. I will put them out of their misery for you. The troops you have sent near my town will be beaten if they come nearer. Your army near my town shall sing the song of fear when they encounter my own. Your attack on my villagers is craven, O cowardly foe. My villagers have no interest in dying. Cease. I will crush the skulls of your warriors, and you shall bear them home on travois made from branches. Your large army has wandered aimlessly into my lands. Retrieve it. Your warriors are wandering far from their homes. Best to retrieve them before they are cut down as grass. Your army looks wild and wayward. I will help it find its way. Your army's shadow has darkened the gateways of my base. What is this army doing in my war encampment? Your small army is like flotsam in a soiled river. Teach your soldiers to walk where they are wanted, far from my lands. Your town center is like a duck awaiting my arrow. So you are found. Next comes the song of destruction. A small mishap has befallen you. I have won in our struggle for this treasure. Both of us reached for that treasure, but your fingers returned to you with nothing. My army has arrived to crush you like pond reeds. My warriors are here, just in time to wring the life from you. It is too quiet. I yearn to hear shouting from the forest, a whir and beat of pinions, anything. This silence is like ice on a lake, waiting for a fishing hole. Have you lost all hope? Your silence should not surprise me. Too swift of foot and strong of tomahawk are your warriors. I admit defeat. This war is nearly done. I am ready to fight no more forever. You have made it impossible for us to win that way. Like a swift arrow, you have taken the lead on claiming sites. You may have taken the lead here, but the race is not yet decided. It matters not at all that you have gathered the first treasure in this land. I shall gather the true prize, victory. While you are rushing for treasures, my warriors are learning to fire 2 arrows to your 1. Enjoy squirreling away your treasures. They will be well enjoyed by my invading warriors. You are dressed for travel and armed for hunting, and the best you can come up with is a few coins. The mound of food is the biggest triumph you are likely to enjoy today. Enjoy the food from that treasure. You may have found your last meal. The treasures around my base are yours if you can get them. However, the land under your base is mine. You have discovered some warriors to help you. A grim day for them. I wonder, will that warrior flee from battle with the rest of your army? You have crossed the rushing rivers, climbed the ancient mountains, only to gain a villager? The sticks of wood you have gained from that treasure will surely bring glory and fame to your empire. I see the walls you are lifting up around your base, like bits of ice before my summer sun. A wall may stop the breeze, but it cannot stop the tempest that is my wrath. My dominion of the land and all of its inhabitants has begun. Under my wise leadership, I am the first to bring the people of the land together. I am like Ishkuda, the comet. I have claimed a trade site before anyone else. The path of the trading route runs through my empire now. I have gathered another treasure, and it has filled me with joy. The treasures of the wilderness are mine for the taking. Gaze upon my scales. Another treasure is mine. I have gained coin from a treasure. This food will help build the strength of my warriors. From the way yours fight, you must be feeding them bark. There was a treasure near your base, but it is there no longer. Treasures are flowing into my coffers like drifting snow in a blizzard. It must be summer in your tiny kingdom. One more warrior to bring cheerful harm to your empire. The villager I have discovered will take me one step closer to cleansing this land of you. We will send the wood we just discovered right over, as arrows. If you think you have cast fear into our hearts because you have claimed a native site, you reason like a cattail. While you were stretching your hand to pluck that trade site, my warriors were training to sever the arm it is connected to. Your clock has begun to count. We shall chop off its hands. We have begun the clock. You have nothing left but to despair. Your rating is lower than a groundhog's basement. How did you raise your rating to the clouds? No matter. I will bring it back to where it belongs. You have improved, but it is still as though you hope to walk to the moon. Your experience has increased. Surely your abilities have not kept match. Hands unseen begin to shake. In moments, all shall be taken from us. It is as if we slew the great bear of the mountains.